Hey everybody, are you ready for my video? Wait, did you think it was gonna be about Half-Life Alex? I think you read the title wrong. It says Half-Life Alys. In fact, as a matter of fact, I am so disappointed at you for misreading the title. That is not gonna be about Half-Life at all. It's just gonna be about Alys. Now, Alys is just a person in my life, so nobody should really care about this. But yeah, anyway, so I met this Alys person in 2013. She liked Pokemon and she liked Sonic, and she was kind of weird. I hang out with her, and then I found out she had all these imaginary friends. That she was crazy, but she was one of the nicest persons. Period. But this video is not so much about her. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time describing her. Let's just say she's a main bitch, or what people call wife material. A keeper, if you will. And why am I talking about this if it happened so many years ago? Well, you see, Alys and I had a rocky start. Come on and say, why don't I ever script this shit? Oh my god. Okay, this video is not gonna be just about Alys. It's also gonna be about Digna, the other girl I met that same year, who was also a real sweetheart. And I didn't even have to make them from the ground up. Imagine that. Well, Alys and Digna were like a saga of mine, because I'm the next Christian, so I also have sagas. And holy shit, they were so loving, so sweet. I was 21, by the way. Part of me thinks that it was so long ago and that I was so young that I should stop blaming myself for what happened. But I don't know, dude. Even though I think that I still do blame myself, because you have to be a special kind of stupid to let people like that go. And it wasn't one person, it was two. For the lack of one, it was two people. Two people who were willing to do anything for me. They would support me. They would forgive me for cheating and move on and try to work things out. I mean, I was truly loved, and since that situation's been over, it's been easier to realize just how hard I fucked up and how hard it is to find people like them. To the point I was convinced I would never find someone who loved me again. Because like they say, opportunities only show up once in life. Was I never gonna be able to be loved again? Oh, before I go on, you guys have in mind that obviously we're talking about trolls, right? Because I'm the next Christian and no woman will actually want me. So they were trolls pretending to be women. But from all the trolls, they were the most lovely trolls. So this all goes back to my overarching beach theory, which talks about main beaches and side beaches. It is easier to pull out your side beach, and it is faster to pull out your side beach than to reload your main beach. I just kidding, that doesn't make sense in any context. Anyways, I'll tell you what happened in that saga. So these people were fucking amazing. They will fucking draw for me. Like I didn't have to ask them, and they would make drawings for me. Both of them. One of them was talented, the other one wasn't, but that doesn't matter. It matters that they actually did something for me. And you know what? Those relationships only lasted about 8 months, and then I met someone who I read on their profile that they were from my city. And you know what? I saw the opportunity to get with them, even if they already were with someone, but they were with someone from Argentina. So I told them, hey, you could be with me because we're in the same city, whatever. The shittiest part is that that person was a friend to the Pigna. So yeah, you're gonna start realizing how shitty of a person I am as I go on. So don't be surprised. So I met this person, right? And I started flirting with them, and eventually we met. We met after I had already made her my girlfriend. I mean, Digna was really busy to notice anything. And the other one, I kept on separate accounts, so they wouldn't wise up to what I was doing. And then I went met her. She lived in the other side of the city, but we are both from the same economic class. Because at one end of the city there's slums, and at the other end there's more slums. So yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I'm just officially wasting your time. So that day, I had my first kiss. I waited for her to get out of school. Yeah, I know, I was 21. I wasn't school age anymore, and she was the one from my city. Her name was Sarah. And Sarah. So yeah, first kiss. In that, me having my first kiss really messed with my head. Like I didn't know how to deal with it, and I ended up thinking that it was through love, and that I was just gonna focus on her. I mean, I was young, okay? I was fucking 21. Cut me some slack. Yeah, I say that and I don't cut myself any slack, so yeah, do whatever. Don't cut me slack. I'm not leading by example exactly here. So I thought I loved her, and then I told all my sweethearts, including a third party, who I always consider the closest person to me. Up until that point, obviously. And yeah, it's not like there has been someone close to me ever again. So that was like the last friendship I had. Like Megan Schroeder situation. But with benefits. Oh, Jesus Christ. By the way, for you to get this in context, I'm uglier and more disgusting than Christian. So bear that in mind as we go along.
Not make more videos on us because we're a smaller business
like,
and like we want to be able to like not have a bottom line affected. And as much as I disagree with their business model, I don't want to take money away from them if they have like if they really need it. That's not what I'm about. But at the same time, I won't be silencing like the way I feel about Up Next. I won't like pretend to suddenly like them. I don't think what they do is very good for YouTube. I don't agree with their whole content farm business model or their bait and switch tactics in their thumbnails and titles. That's just, that's how I feel about them. I'm pretty sure most people watching this will agree since you're my followers. But I've spoken to him, and he had some pretty reasonable requests, mainly that I didn't make videos about him in the future, or his channel rather, which I will do. Mainly, I was mainly happy to agree to that because I didn't plan on making any more videos on Up Next, except one about his comment where he said he was going to contact lawyers, which then when he contacted me he said, okay, I don't plan on actually, I retract all of that, I don't plan on doing any of that, it's okay, I don't mean to do anything like that. I was like, okay then, so there's no need to release a video talking about how my actions are illegal anymore if no one intends to sue me, that's
I don't know what her problem was.
But so he spoke to me and he asked me to record the conversation so that I could play it to my audience so that you guys knew what the situation was. So that's what I've been doing, but I want to do it live so that I can like, now that I've had some time to actually think about what was said and what was going on, so that I can interject and like, comment on what was being said as well. Yeah,
actually,
I spoke to Up Next,
we broke up because I was obsessed over her, obviously.
I'll start playing it.
It was a woman in my life. I mean, a troll pretending to be a woman.
Oh, I should mention I forgot to record the first few seconds because I'm me, so it starts with
maybe I kissed the man.
Like, oh, hang on, I forgot to record. Give me a sec. And then you would hear.
So, yeah. I was deeply obsessed over this girl, troll, whatever, and I became emotionally dependent. So, even though my previous relationships were ones my heart was broken and it got fixed by these two amazing women. But now, you know what? True love of my life is this one.
Like bigger YouTubers are actually
dating.
I'm just saying it's quiet. I'll play it again. I've turned it up.
Okay, what I was saying was like so when you made your first video on like Up Next and everything, what happened was where originally like I was obviously I was upset because like, oh, it's an exposed video that you're trying to be, making on me or whatever, but I was like, okay, I've been a smaller YouTuber where like I used to have a channel like yours where like I would really like do like those videos on other YouTubers and like try to make it funny. Like I used to be that YouTuber a long time ago on my own channel, and then I realized, you know, like over time you realize that it doesn't go as far as you want. You know what I mean? Like you can get a decent amount of views, but if you want to get to the point where you're making millions, where you're where people like bigger YouTubers are actually watching you, where they want to talk to you. Because my issue was originally I started making like exposed videos on other people, you know, and then one of my friends told me, he was another YouTuber, he told me that other YouTubers that he knew, because he knew bigger YouTubers, like, you know, Mr. Beast and other guys, and he explained how all those guys didn't want to associate themselves with me because of me, you know, going around and, you know, exposing, because they would be afraid that if they did some slip up somehow or something like that, I would immediately make a video on it. You know what I mean? And what happened was where I transitioned from that, like,
so, the thing I was saying there, I suppose, is that, yeah, I know that there are people who don't want to talk to me now because of the kind of content I make, and I understand that, and it's completely understandable, but I like to think that I'm consistent in what I go after, and that I have, like, a consistent sort of, like, I don't want to say code of ethics, but fuck it, let's go with that. That's pretty consistent, so I like to think that people can happily be friends with me knowing that if they don't do one of the very simple no-no things, I won't talk about them. I try not to, you know, I would try not to talk about someone I was friends with anyway, but obviously I don't give someone I'm friends with just a free pass to say whatever the fuck they want. So, yeah. That's my comment there.
Okay, I need to get out of this phase. I need to do something different. I wanted to make it big on YouTube, get millions of views. And I also wanted to make a financially, you know, make good financial money so I could actually do what I want to do with life, pay the bills, rent.
By the way, there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to say at this part of the conversation, but he clearly had a lot to say, so I was just letting him go, and he goes for like a good 3 minutes, I think, with just me going, yeah, okay, I get you, yeah. Which is fine, but there's not much of me in this.
Whatever it is, travel around the world if I ever want to do that. So that was my goal, right? And I realized that these videos aren't going to get me to that point. So I transitioned, created multiple channels, right? And then I started working with other YouTubers. Those YouTubers came to me when they realized that they transitioned. They're like, okay, we can talk to you now. And then, you know, ever since then, you know, my life's been pretty good. And then I created Up Next, right? And then I originally started doing Jake Paul videos, you know, like celebrity videos. And then I went from that to Marvel. When I saw that thing was, you know, starting to get a trend. And then at first we did like funny, like crazy theories, and then we realized like this actually does work though. Obviously people are, you know, to a certain extent people are upset that it's outlandish, but at the same time there are some fans out there who are just, you know, they even though they know it's outlandish, they find it funny and entertaining to even think about.
I definitely think there are some people who find Up Next funny and entertaining, me being one of those people.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, it's so crazy, but it might actually be true. And actually I think one of the theories that we had that like seems so crazy actually ended up being true in Endgame before. So that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things where it's just a fun thing.
Yeah, again, a coincidence, but I feel like I'm being too harsh. Yeah, I don't have any beef with this guy, but I strongly disagree with what he does. This guy seems nice. He is a nice guy, and I don't want to like have anything against him as a person, but I don't like his tactics for generating YouTube videos. That's it goes against the law I stand for. But he's a nice dude, and I don't have anything against him. So
that we like doing. And then what I do is I hire a team. So I have a team. They create the scripts. So I'm not in charge of finding where they get the information. I know that they get information from other YouTubers, but there's so much information we get, you know, from other YouTubers or Reddit, wherever they get it from, that like it's really hard to give credit to every single person because a lot of it is like mixed information. If that makes sense. So for example, we take one theory from one guy, then we get another theory from a completely different guy. We combine that to make our own theory. And that's usually what we try to do, and that's what I was trying to say with that comment. And that's usually what we do with our videos, right? And so like I said, I have scriptwriters, so I don't try to ask them further for more work. You know what I mean? Like I just tell them to get the script done, whatever we can to make it a pretty good script. Then I send it off to the commentator that we have that's like super funny and stuff, and then I send it off to an editor. You see what I'm saying? And then it goes back to me. I create the outlandish thumbnail, title, all that, and I post the video. So originally, going back to your first video, when you made that video, I laughed because it was true. Like we did outlandish stuff. It's true, right? Obviously, it's part of our gig. That's what we do. That's the whole point of what we're doing. You know, we're not trying to hide that. But what happened was where like originally I was a little upset, obviously, because he made an exposed video, but I was like, okay, whatever, it's a video, he has the right to do this. But then once you made that video, it got in the first page of Up Next, whenever people search Up Next, right?
People saying they're missing context. I had a conversation with the creator of Up Next yesterday. I'm now playing the file because he asked me to record it and share that with people. So, but I feel now I've had time to reflect on what was said that I didn't say enough. So I'm here to interject live. That's what's going on.
I fell in love with a lady.
X-Spooky for me, thanks to the super chat. Have you activated Windows yet? No, I have not, unfortunately. Well, I have, but the glitch that makes the activate Windows thing appear on my screen is still there.
Now, I wouldn't usually care about that until I started going to business conferences, because I'm a business guy, and I started meeting other business people. And they would be like, okay, what's your YouTube channel? And they would search Up Next, and immediately they see an exposed video. And that would actually ruin massive brand deals.
It could be worse. They could immediately see an Up Next video.
Ruin massive opportunities for me to be able to pay more to my team, be able to pay more to myself, and it actually affected us as a brand. Right, and then on top of that, once you came out with the video recently, then that was like the topping. You know what I mean? Like originally I was like, all right, I'm still not gonna pursue you. I'm still not gonna do anything to you because at that point it's like, you do have the right. I'm not gonna even though it hurts me right now, I'm not gonna do it because I totally get where you're coming from. I used to be there. But then when you made that final video on us, like a few days ago or whatever, that's when it was just like, okay, now it's just like. It's like a stabbing, you know what I mean? Like you're twisting the knife at this point. And that's why like I got super upset. I just, I wasn't thinking. I immediately made that comment saying I'm gonna get a lawyer. And I was actually thinking about getting a lawyer, but then I was like, honestly, I have to go back to why I didn't even take down the first video in the first place. Because again, I've been here before, so it's more so just I have to look at it from a different perspective.
I'm happy to change
I mean, all you have to do is take out Up Next and like the title and the description. That's all.
Again, what I kind of feel like I should have said there is like, I don't have to do anything then, but I'm offering to do this because I don't want you to make less money, even though like ideally no one would be making money doing what he's doing.
2015 saga.
What can you do?
I was so happy. I was the cutest.
No, it won't.
I ever
Okay,
been.
so what it was with the last one was that then I started to notice actual like dislikes and hate coming into my video.
I've been.
The moment you made that
Was
video.
in
I try to be
2015.
clear in my videos that that's not
I
what I
was,
want people to do, but obviously
34.
sometimes
I
that
was
happens and you
fucking
can't control
crying.
everyone, especially
It's my prime. It's funny because I hadn't even started doing anything yet. I hadn't started drawing, I hadn't started writing my books. Yeah, I guess that
I'm
was
just
the
saying, like,
year I
that's what I was
started
saying again.
writing my books.
It goes back to the whole point where
But it
it's
was
just, like
at the
the
end of
whole
the year.
stabbing and
And
the whole like
after,
roasting the knife situation. Like I said beforehand, I understood the whole thing. Like you can't control your audience and all that stuff. I understood that. And that's why I deleted my comment in the first place. Like I said, that's why I just backed out. I'm like, all right, look, I totally get where you're coming from. I've been here before. I get you can't control your audience. It's not really your fault. One thing obviously I was a little upset about was like I was watching. That's why like one of the comments when I made my comment, you obviously could see I made one mention mainly about where my voice is, where I talked about like there's a Spider-Man one, and pretty much what happened was where your commentary like. Okay, you would do about roughly 20 seconds of my clip, right? Then you would go to your commentary, right? And your commentary in that first like minute or minute and a half was mainly like really short sentences that didn't have too much substance. And that's why at that point I kind of was upset because you even said in that about that one video that there wasn't really much wrong with the video. Except one part, which was apparently it doesn't make any sense that Infinity War and Endgame was recording the same timeline, so actors wouldn't know what was happening. Even though, like I said in the comment, if you actually like look on articles, they say so that's what was happening.
So actually, I'm not sure if what I say here. I'll just let it for a second.
So like I was upset.
Oh, okay, he carries on. Okay, so I should probably mention that's not the part of what he was saying that I was disagreeing with in my video. He said, and this is absolutely pedantic and a nitpick, and actually based on the fact that a few people didn't understand what I was saying going for, I kind of wish I didn't put it in the video, but it's a pedantic nitpick. He said, the films were filmed at the same time, which means actors didn't know what part they were filming for, and I was like, that doesn't mean that. For example, Robert Downey Jr. had like full copies of each script, and he knew exactly what was for. So, yeah, one thing doesn't mean the other, but both things are true.
Like, I didn't need her around
in that moment because you were taking my stuff, you know what I mean? And it wasn't too much substance that you were adding to it in that moment, and then you're monitoring.
Like, holy shit, like, recently, I went back to check the combos, because
I feel so conflicted, because, yeah, as
I found out she was saying she never loved me, and whatever. You know what, I remember that time you were begging me
still, you know,
to leave me.
I don't like...
I'm gonna get screencaps from that conversation. And what I found out left me not wanting to take the screencaps. Because yeah, she was begging me to stay. Yeah, it proves she did love me.
Right, because, and here's one thing. The reason why we did that, and this is like your audience can understand this. The reason why we say, this is why he's going to be in in-game, this is why he won't be in in-game. We make two different videos. We're not trying, as a, like, being a YouTube channel, making theories and all that, we're not trying to say that we know one way. We're trying to look...
I'm not being very confrontational, yeah. Basically, I spent the whole day being confrontational, making a video about, why, like, the comment he left wasn't accurate. He contacted me at the end of the day when I was basically just fact-checking the video and getting it ready to put out. To say, oh, he retracted his statement, and I was like, oh, this guy actually seems nice. So, yeah, I didn't feel very confrontational when this conversation was going on, which is kind of why I'm like interjecting now to say, yeah, but I'm still not really comfortable with what he does. But it is important, like, to get his side out there. I'm happy to do that for him. Everyone deserves their say, you know.
Look at all the possibilities. We're trying to look at everything. Yeah, we're just trying to look at every angle. That's why we're trying to make videos on every single thing, even stuff that's contradicting the one that we made previously, because we want to look at every angle and put every voice into the mix.
I guess the biggest issue I take with it is just something that it's one of the biggest titles where it's like,
but
if you call this video,
that's something that you have to thought about. Whatever, like,
the video of French HD and everything as well. The title suggests to me to
back my new life shines brighter.
So I don't
believe it or not.
When I started saying that, but
so I guess so you're mainly upset. You're mainly upset with like the whole clickbait, how it almost feels misleading sometimes.
I can't bring myself to do that. I have to keep tagging her along, leading her on.
I don't take any issue with that.
I should have let her free if I didn't want her. But I would keep using her.
I'm not going to ask you to like change anything, so obviously it's your channel, like, that's why I was making
focus on my stupid relationships that didn't really meant anything to know.
Yeah, and when it comes down to the whole clickbait thing, okay, sometimes we obviously, yes, I agree, sometimes there's some titles that we just go outlandish, where it's like, what the heck, the video doesn't really talk too much about this one title. Yeah, there's sometimes we'll run into that, but at the same time, the way I've noticed, because look, I'm in circles, and this is not like in a braggy way, so I don't want any of your fans to take it the wrong way. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just being real.
I may not post it,
I feel like it'd be better if you did, just because I want people to understand what's happening. Because you tweeted out the comment, and I deleted the comment on purpose because I didn't want any of that to be out there, because I regret that comment. So I feel like now your fans are kind of like, what's going on? And I feel like it's better if you make a video so they can understand like my thought process. Yeah, but anyways, no, what I was saying was, look, I'm in circles with obviously like, some of the biggest creators on this platform. You know, I know big people with over from 1 million to 10 million subscribers, some with more. I'm in those circles, and over time, you know, we've started learning the YouTube algorithm, right? We understand that's our job, and every single issue we run into is that it's really, really hard not to clickbait and still get growth. It's really hard. Like
I disagree.
Not only did I have
I'm currently growing faster than Nutmeg. That's all I'll say.
you have to stretch the needle as far as you can go without it being like complete out misleading. You know what I mean? Because if you look at like YouTube has a specific thing called CTR, click-through rate, and what that is pretty much it's in your analytics in the beta studio now. But pretty much YouTube is literally telling you you have to make sure your thumbnail and title is better than anything else. Like it's at least 50% of your video success, the thumbnail and title alone. So that's why like our job is we have to find a way to somehow get people's attention. And if we can't get their attention, we can't pay the bills. You see what I'm saying? And that's why like I have to go out of my way. Yeah, that's why I have to go out of my way sometimes and do like crazy stuff, because if we cannot get enough views a certain month, then I cannot pay my employees a certain amount of money. It becomes an issue for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm getting...
Okay, I was finally realizing.
Oh, let me turn it.
Or it's not by my side.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, it's pre-recorded, but I'm here to interject because I felt at the time I didn't say enough. I just saw it was like, okay man, yeah, whatever you want, because I felt like I'd been thinking about being confrontational against like up next comment all day, and I was basically all confrontation at that point, so there was more stuff that I wish I'd brought up and disagreed with at the time, which is why I made to do that. Which I guess I kind of wish that I could have done it at the time, because obviously he's not here to defend himself or say anything harsh, but I think he gets his opinions through quite clearly in this conversation of what he does and like.
I wasn't yet able to recognize
Danny
who was inside bitch.
Absolutely, I absolutely don't want to affect you as like a business or a bottom line. That's absolutely not my goal. And yeah, I'm gonna go change the title of my other one so that it doesn't.
Crazy about
and I would say that while I don't want to affect people's bottom line, I do want those businesses to stop making money, but at the same time I don't want anyone to get out of a job. Which is, it's a real conundrum. And obviously these people would be out of jobs, if the fuck next stops just making money. That's not something I want. I don't want to destroy people's livelihood. Absolutely not. Ideally what I'm doing would force like businesses like this to fact check and stuff. That's never gonna happen, so I want to be a force for good in the world, but by making people unemployed, I don't feel I'm doing anything. Even if it's speaking because when one up is killed, two more.
Yes, because I was in it.
Because that is absolutely not my intention.
So I spent the rest of my year looking for her.
No, I'm not sure I said that. It's not the opposite of what I want to happen. I don't want to start making more.
But I didn't get the word
get it from your angle. I get from your angle because you're just trying to create content that's fun and entertaining. So I understand. I'm just talking about from the angle of like the actual the stuff that happens after you post a video, right? Like creating the video is one thing. The issue is what happens after. Who gets hurt, who gets affected, how bad is it?
Imagine my confusion. I'm still confused about this.
If you're I generally don't.
If she always wanted me, and I never showed appreciation for her. When she was happy, I was now all of a sudden interested.
Loads, I've done loads on cinema since.
That I was all over her.
Thousands of dollars a year, and
head over heels.
Or maybe they'll make
No.
Or maybe they'll only
She
make
didn't like it. I was a stalker now.
Oh no.
Come on, it's everything she always knows.
I realized when I said that it was actually a month I was talking about, not a year. So never mind. As far as I'm aware, they make $200,000 a month, according to Social Blade, which would be without sponsorships on top of that. So I don't know how much Cinema Sins make. It's a fucking lot.
She was always crazy for me.
I think, well, here's the thing. The difference is when you're talking about Watch Mojo, those guys get like, what is it? 100? How much do they get? Like 50 million views a month or something? I don't know. Some crazy amount of views. When you're a massive corporation like that, a video is not going to truly affect them. It's going to just be fun. It's going to be entertaining. So that's fine. The reality of someone like them to be hurt because of your video isn't going to happen. So it's a win-win scenario. You get a good piece of content that's actually entertaining, and no one gets affected in the process. The issue for somebody like me is I'm not a corporation. I'm a small little business. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to. It's a little thing I have running. It's not like a full-time thing for me. And it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm a small business and I'm just barely making enough to pay me, pay my my employees, all those people, and then one exposed video on me gets, let's say, 500,000 views because I'm just doing outlandish styles because that's our brand, and that brings all of this hate towards my videos, and then that ultimately affects my video performance. And when that happens, guess what? I don't get enough views, which means we don't get enough ad revenue to pay our
just as good.
right? And that hurts people's lives, not just mine, but also some of the people that work with me. So it's just like a bigger corporation, you're not going to truly hurt them. They're making enough views. For someone who's making less than, I would say, 20 million views, now you're playing in a ball game where you don't know who's truly behind that company.
And that's why
I'm sure I'm a better person. And I know the things I let go.
I feel like
the implications
I've covered you in a way that is
being
there's
late
and
letting people who are too special go.
I would put forward the idea that
but not only that, not only do I have
beautiful channel and don't know
a great sweetheart, but
but
I'm also now working on my shit. I mean, 2015 at the end of the year I started working on my book.
I can say,
Here's my life
a
story.
small little business that earns up to 21k according to Social Blade per month. I would like to point out that Philly has employees and editors and writers, so that's a load of people's wages that's what we're doing.
So I started writing my books.
get into it like off
And now
camera kind of things because
halfway
it's happening in the back end of algorithm I don't want fans to know about because people can
Now I'm
I just don't want like other normal people to know about it. Bigger YouTubers who are have subscribers, I'm fine with them knowing about it because I know they're already out there. But the moment you tell something that I know to these little guys who will affect, let's say someone with 3,000 subscribers, they can completely destroy that channel if they want. And you don't want to give that to an 11-year-old kid who has a grudge on this kid that's like 12 who has 3,000 subscribers. You don't want to give that information to that kid, right? So that's why I don't want that to be on camera. I may tell you some other time of why, but yeah.
I was really under the assumption that you were probably sort of like a child company, a larger company.
It is hard now to
That's the impression that I got. My guess was always dealing with next that I thought they were like some like I don't know some large company.
I was
like,
in total despair.
Say, for example, Watchmojo just going.
I didn't
Okay, we have like all of these outlandish ideas. Let's just like have a smaller channel that we don't specifically associate with, like test
At
to
least
see
not
what
like it
works
was
and what
back in
doesn't.
2013.
So that with our main channel we can like we can save face
thought
and
my
release the
life
most
was
ridiculous
over.
videos that people hate, but
And then
that was my theory, and I never
I
really
would
talked about that because
kill
I
myself.
didn't have anything to base it on.
And bear in
That's what I
mind,
was
these
thinking.
are works of
That
which
was my that was my
I
guess,
came
although
up
I had no
with the ideas.
I wasn't always sure.
Very long time
That
ago.
seemed likely to me, but
Like the last idea I had
but that was my guess.
was
I guess I was wrong
2011.
about that,
And
but
the rest
so,
were
I
even before that.
something crazy.
And only now
I got
I
you.
started
to do
to
anyway.
work on
Obviously,
them
you don't do.
and make something out of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anything that's like
yeah, for-
about Nazis
for
or
all
something
my
that's like
time working
over
on
the
them,
edge like
I
that, we're obviously not
realized-
going to touch on that.
I should probably mention that beforehand. It was funny to me that he was like he said that in the recording because like before this we were having a technical conversation
But at
where he was
least
like,
now
okay, you want to hop into Discord, and I was like, yeah. But I was
Now
like,
I'm
you know.
happy well
I was like, yeah, I won't cover you guys again unless you do something like really outrageous, like I'm stop supporting Nazis or something, and that was like my crazy example of something crazy they could do. And it was just funny to just hear him like bring it up in the recording. Guy, no one's gonna have context from that. Why would you say that? But whatever, you know, I've given context. So
Like that's not our brand. Like we're not trying to go that far, but like you know, like we like to do crazy theories, you know. And yes, it may be clickbaity to some people's opinions. Yes, it may be outlandish, but we're not trying to be a serious channel around Marvel. We're not trying to bring people serious stuff. We're trying to bring some stuff that's like crazy, funny stuff, right? That'd be like, oh my gosh, what if that's real? You know what I mean? Like we're not trying to be like, this is fact, you know.
except in your titles where you're like, this is facts, and then in your videos you're like, this is facts, and then after that you're like, okay, maybe it's not facts. But whatever. Any input in the videos other than just